All right, welcome to the Canary in the Cage podcast. I am Ron Morgan, my co-host
Dave Havlicek.
We are here to entertain you, educate you, and maybe try to make you laugh. So I got a question for you, Dave.
Yeah.
Why is Bill Gates turning into Mr. Burns?
Why is Bill Gates? Isn't he trying to black out the sun?
Yeah, that's one thing he's doing.
Yeah.
He's trying to remove trees.
Okay.
And he has a patent for a weather control device. That's something like Mr. Burns would totally do.
Yeah.
I actually picture him at his house. You know, his wife divorced him, so he lives alone like a bachelor. Because nobody wants to be around.
I'm sure he's got plenty of teenage sex slaves running around there.
No, I think they got him all out with Dina. I mean, with Dina, he might be scared.
I don't know. Bill Gates got multiple suppliers.
That's true. So I actually picture him in like a little booth, like a little video game with a chair and a steering wheel, and he controls the hurricanes.
Do you remember Howard Hughes?
Yeah, he's here in Vegas.
Well, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, but he was here in Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Well, he kind of was like, Bill Gates is going, that's what I'm saying, Bill Gates is going down that path.
Where yeah, keep on his fingernails.
Yeah. Where he's he's getting crazier and crazier over time and funding all these goofy ass mega projects that don't make any fucking sense.
I mean, I think I'm on board with weather control.
Yeah,
there are numerous patents at the patent office that gives that has weather control for devices.
Yeah. I kind of looked into this a little bit because we talked about it. We touched on it last week.
Yeah,
and I wasn't able to get my thoughts into words accurately, but I've been reading Twitter or X. Let's start calling it X now.
I try.
And other people have said it much better. So essentially, what it comes down to is they can control the weather, but not at the scale of hurricanes and tornadoes and big things like that.
So what I was reading, it says they could actually control them, steer them.
I still don't buy that. I don't buy that. I'm
still kind of digging down deep, but I mean, it's kind of looking that way. Both of these storms did uncharacteristic things. They did. The first one went way too far into the country. It has never brought that much water.
Yes, they do.
A hurricane can go all the way up to it's the amount of water that they got that they typically don't get up there. And then this one stalled and just hung out for a while and went up. It was so high, they're like, well, we would call this a Category 6, but we don't have a definition for Category 6. Yeah. So
but then, it just died. It died yesterday.
It always does. I mean, they always come down before it hits the shore because there was a cold front coming down. But none of
this, you just said, it always does. These are not unprecedented events.
No, but other stuff that this did that was uncharacteristic. There's another one forming right now.
Yeah, of course, it's hurricane season.
Florida went 8 years with 0 hurricanes.
Okay, but when they get them, they get them.
Yeah, I don't know. Everyone I talked to down in Florida says these are uncharacteristic, and
those are in fucking new transplant. That's like asking me, what's characteristic of Vegas? I don't know. I've been here for 5 fucking years.
Well, you could make an obsession of the weather.
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot.
Fucking hot.
I can't tell you. I would say this year has been hotter than normal for the 5 years I've been here. But I can't tell you going back 20 years.
So this year was the hottest year on record ever.
Okay.
Prior to that, it was 117 degrees was the highest temperature we ever got, and that record was set in 1947, and it was repeated 6 times from 1947 to 2023.
Okay.
So that is a pretty solid piece of evidence right there that
Okay, but that's what my point is. The people that in Florida are most of the people that live in Florida have not grown up in Florida. Right? They're trained. Right, exactly. And it's the same thing with Vegas. Nobody grew up in Vegas.
They all left.
So, how the fuck would they know what's characteristic or not?
No, I talked to him. I got a guy I'm working with right now. He's from Florida, and he...
Is that the Lieutenant Dan guy? Is that...
No, you see that guy?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I love that. And he hung out with his boat, man.
He must be a listener because he is prepped as fuck.
See, people, prep. He was kind of funny. I don't know. I don't trust our government. I think they do disgusting stuff.
So the other thing that gets me is the government. Anytime we see the government doing something out in the open, they're incompetent morons, right? They fuck everything up.
Yeah.
But now, you want to believe that they can manipulate hurricanes? It's get the fuck out of here! They cannot do that. They're incompetent.
Weather has been manipulated before.
Yeah, weather. Well, they put some clouds up in the sky.
Dubai seeded the clouds, and they flooded their city. Like, oops.
But that's the Dubai government, not the U.S. government.
No, agreed. But our government has done weather control. And I forget who said it. It's a quote. It's a pretty famous quote. He who controls the weather controls the world. So that's something to me.
I don't think that's a quote.
Why not?
I don't think that's just not a quote.
No, it is.
No,
Google it. I just forgot I couldn't find out who said it.
Oh my god!
But yeah, I hear it all the time. But no, it's.
Well, okay. So like, before we continue, let's announce the Monero giveaway results because we have an interesting one this week.
Okay.
So I put up a torrent with a Monero seed in it, and I just seeded it, and somebody broke in there. But they didn't take all the Monero. They took some of the Monero.
Oh, that's funny.
So, like, the rest of it's still there.
Whoever did that, I dig you, man. That's awesome. Fuck with Dave all the time. And I saw on the thread, Chase Oliver says I corrupted the last... I rigged it so he couldn't win. I know it's not the real Chase Oliver, but you chose the name, dude. So you got to live with the consequences.
No, that's Oliver Chase. It's different.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, he went. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't pay attention to semantics like that. I saw Oliver and I saw Chase.
Oliver Chase.
I'm probably like majorly dyslexic, but I grew up in the '70s, so we didn't have that diagnosis. There's like something ain't right with that kid. That's me. Cool. Yeah. No. I mean, seriously though, if the weather could be controlled, I seriously want one of these machines.
Well, of course.
If I could throw tornadoes at people.
You'd be like the X-Men.
Yeah, I know. Lightning strike. Oh, I don't like that motherfucker on the computer. Lightning strike, coordinates. Cool. I mean, I'd be at a bar. I could win so many bar bets. Wow. Oh, it's going to rain out. It's not going to rain. Oh, shit, it's raining, dude. Give me my money. Buy my drink. I don't know. I so want it to be... Well, I want it to be true, but I don't want it to be true in the government's hands because they'll do evil stuff with it because they do evil stuff with... everything. And this kind of brings me to the Monero challenge. I was thinking, I'm going to do it this week, guys. So you get stuck with my challenge. So, with the government manipulating the weather and doing stuff in private industry, manipulating weather, and the thing they have in where does Santa Claus live at? The North Pole? Is that where they have like a big machine up there that nobody knows what it does?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a big machine up there that nobody knows what it does. And it could be the one blowing up Hawaii, starting fires everywhere else. So, with the fact that the government's never really truly honest with us and never really, they try to manipulate us, I want someone to find a quote from at least 10 years ago on global warming that actually came true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is this going to be first one wins, or are we going to put them in the wheel, or what do you want to do?
Let's put them in the wheel because it's going to be a wheel of nobody. What predictions ever came true? We're going to be dead in 10 years. Well, 10 years have passed. We're still
I don't think
alive.
we should discuss it because then we'll be giving away answers.
Right.
So,
but good luck.
So we'll put you in the wheel.
So no, I thought that would be a fun one because, I mean, we are lied to all the time. And then let's bring up this one. The helicopter. I'm sure everybody's heard about this-ish. Helicopter comes flying around by all the stuff they collected.
Blows it away.
And they called it there was a name for it. Where they drop low enough where their impellers
I don't remember the
name. Destroy everything on the ground. And they did that, and they destroyed a whole bunch of donations, and they actually hurt a K-9 security officer or a K-9 officer. I'm not sure. I heard the word security in there.
I thought it was also. I thought it was the dog. Like the dog itself got hurt.
Oh, you motherfuckers! You heard a dog. I'm coming for you. So guess who did it, or guess who took the blame for it?
Yeah.
The North Carolina National Guard.
Huh.
Why?
Wait, now, who's in charge of the National Guard during emergencies?
It would still be the governor because I would say the president can be, but he's got to be intelligent enough and have brain power enough to enact the National Guard.
Okay, and he hasn't done that.
I mean, if he did, he did it quietly.
Yeah.
Or he enacted the National Guard for Idaho. Because he got confused with Idaho and North Carolina?
Yeah, I mean, they're close together.
Well, yeah. I mean, they kind of sound alike, too. And then Harris is jumping in, trying to be like all Johnny on the spot, getting into a fight with DeSantis. You hear about this?
What? No.
She's like, I've been trying to call him, and he's not taking my calls.
Yeah, I wouldn't take your call.
DeSantis goes, I don't care.
You're the vice president.
He's like, listen, I've been this governor through 2 presidents. We've had numerous hurricanes.
Yeah.
I've always been in touch with them. On these, I've been in touch with the President of the United States and with the FEMA. I don't know what role she holds in this.
Yeah,
she holds no role. So
she has nothing to do.
If she is trying to call me, she should stop. because I have no reason to talk to her.
Right.
And she's all offended. And then yesterday, guess what she did yesterday? Zoom call with the Weather Channel.
Oh, the one where she hot mic'd?
Yeah. Well, so the hot mic was just a question, though. Was somebody telling her to ask a question?
Yeah, I think so.
Because she was covering her mouth up.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Harris, I don't like you. I don't want you to win. But when you do this, we know you're talking. We know you're trying to communicate with somebody. I mean, and then she go, achoo, blah, 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 achoo, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you could do that, but that'd be stupid, too. But, I mean, I'm pretty sure those IQ points really aren't breaking three digits.
She finally came out and told us what kind of gun she owns.
Glock.
A Glock. Now,
Glock what?
Well, she's from California, right?
Yeah.
So Glocks are illegal there.
No, not all.
Yeah, the older models aren't. You think she owns an older model?
Wait, what Glocks are illegal?
Like every new model is.
Is it because of performance or just because it's the word Glock?
It's because it's on their stupid list of banned fight. Like, it's like an assault weapon.
An AR-15 looks scary.
Yeah.
And is it the word Glock sounds scary?
I don't know.
So they just ban them?
I don't know the criteria specifically. Like, it's California, but yeah. So she's bragging about owning an illegal firearm in California.
Yeah.
That's the one that she wants us to not be allowed to own.
Yeah. Can we search her house?
I think
you storing
so.
that gun properly, Harris?
Right.
Yeah.
What's the mag on that? Is that 10 round, 15 round?
No, you could have. I mean, like the one we have, it's a normal. I mean, we can buy the extended clip.
Yeah.
And get more, but I think it's just like a 8 or 9 bullet.
I thought Glocks are 10 by default, and that's all illegal in California. I think that's why it's illegal in California. It's high capacity.
It's not. It's somebody else. It's another family member's gun. I mean, I've shot it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know how many bullets. It's not mine, so I don't know. So, but yeah, one quick follow-up question would have been, how do you clean it? How do you take it apart?
Yeah.
What kind of Glock?
Right.
Although I give 2020 credit. That motherfucker dug down on some questions. He made her squirm.
Yeah, she was getting upset.
Oh, poor baby. Because then she had to run to Howard Stern and be saved by that fucking lunatic. Dude, what happened to you? You were Fart Man. You made money on being Fart Man, and now you're just this little, COVID scared the shit out of that man.
Yeah, well, he's old, you know. And she went on this other show. What was it called?
The Corvair, not the car.
It was
Colbert. She was on Colbert. I don't know if you're talking about another show.
No, it was some stupid, teeny bopper.
Oh, yeah,
show.
Call Me Daddy.
Yeah.
It's a girl podcast called Call Me Daddy.
And they were...
Daddy issues, maybe?
They were asking, can you think of a law that only harms men? And, they couldn't think of one.
Yep, what is it? What's your law for men? Because I got one.
Well, there's the draft.
Well, selective services. Which is the same thing, technically.
Yeah.
So men have to, at the age of 18, we have to fill out a form, mail it back to the federal government going, hey, we're ready for you to send us to the desert to be killed.
Yeah.
To be cannon fodder. So we're here for you.
Yeah.
So don't say men don't have to put our bodies at risk. If that little blonde girl from Call Me Daddy wants to deal with her daddy issues and then go over to war, go ahead and see how you do over there.
Go fight in Ukraine.
Yeah, I guess they talk about threesomes and stuff on there. I've never heard of it. But then I forget who I was listening to was talking about it. It's just a weird show to go on for a presidential candidate. But then again, she's desperate as a motherfucker.
Yeah, you got to get those votes
where you can get them. Now?
What's that?
The polls are correcting themselves.
Polls or...
No. So I said it that way for a reason.
Yeah.
Back in 2016, when he was running against Hillary Clinton, the same damn thing happened. Hillary Clinton's winning. It's a tight race. Hillary Clinton's winning. Leading by 2, leading by 3, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the last 2 weeks before the election, they all started shifting to Trump.
Yeah.
And there was an interview being done with one of the leading pollsters company, and they're like, well, you guys were wrong.
Yeah.
He goes, we weren't wrong. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, on election day, our polls were right.
Yeah.
They're like, well, what about a month before? He goes,
it's easy to call it when you're watching it.
Yeah.
Now, the betting market I follow most is Predicted, and I found something interesting. So the odds of either Trump or Harris are 105%.
It's because the dead people vote.
Well, it's not voting. It's a betting market.
Well, yeah, but you got to factor in the dead people's vote.
But it's a betting market. How do these odds add up to more than 100? And that's not including these third party or random ass votes that people put in. The total here is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The total is 113% of all the candidates together. Who a lot of these aren't even running, so it's just some idiot putting.
Could that be a 4.5 and a 6.8, and that point and all those people? Those numbers climbed up. But you're right. You should cross over 100.
Yeah, but
so here's the thing. It's not this betting poll. It's another one.
Yeah.
They've got Trump winning.
Yeah, I think it was like Polly something.
Yeah, but they've got Trump losing the popular vote, which is typical in a republic. But they've got. I almost want to bet on this because they've got him losing the popular vote. It's like 30% for him, 70% for her. So there's something big there. Because
this one adds up to 100. That makes sense.
Okay. I think he's going to win the popular vote this year.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
No, I know. It's questionable because it's odd because he would need to carry like New York or California to get that, or at least a high percentage of those states to be able to overcome.
Well, so the thing is, like a lot of people that would vote Trump in those states just stay home. So he doesn't collect those popular votes.
Right, because why bother? If you're in Illinois, why bother voting Republican? Because Democrats going to win.
You're not even going to count it anyway.
Right. So, guess where he's having a Trump rally at?
Where's that?
I gotta say it right because I'm getting confused. Damn, I wrote it down somewhere. What's the arena that the Knicks play at? It's like,
Madison Square.
Madison Square.
Yeah, I saw that.
I get confused with Market Square Arena in Indianapolis because that's what's in my head all the time. But yeah, what would you call it again?
Madison Square Garden.
Madison Square Garden. Now it's locked in the vault. That kid ain't right.
I saw somebody compare that to like the Hitler rallies.
Yeah. Because,
what?
Apparently there was a pro-Hitler rally there.
In Madison. Yeah.
So with that same philosophy,
well,
is he also a Knicks player? Because the Knicks play there.
That's true. Like,
are we going to see him come out in shorts? He already said he's got a great body.
Maybe the Knicks are Nazis.
Oh shit!
Right,
breaking news! I'm preparing the cage. So my question to you is thus. I was trying to find a funny word. That just didn't work out. So we know they set up a rally. Not all seats are available for the rally participants.
Okay.
I'm assuming. Because of obstructive views and stuff.
Okay.
But maybe they don't care. Maybe will he sell out that arena?
How many seats is it?
Well, I really have that number.
You should have thought of that.
I only do like a portion of the
If you're going to ask me if it sells out, then you should fucking know how many seats there are.
Okay, if I were to ask anybody in the last 6 election cycles, if a Republican goes to New York to do a big arena, will he sell it out? And they're going to go, no. Trump's got a chance.
Well, okay, but
so
these people come from all... I don't even know.
Okay, good. I'm glad you said that as well. They come from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, maybe Canada. I don't know. It's right there. And the East Coast. All blue. Pennsylvania's Pennsylvania's probably going to Trump this year, if they allow it to happen. But yeah, so... I don't know. I think he's got a chance of pulling New York and pulling New Jersey.
Oh my God! Here we go again.
Dude, the governor of New Jersey 2 years ago almost got overturned by the Republican Party.
Looks like they have about 20,000 seats.
Okay. Well, actually, then that's probably no brainer because he at his rally in Pennsylvania, he had 100,000 people there.
Yeah, that'll probably sell out. 20,000.
But
then who wants to go into New York City? That's the other question.
Right. So, but if he does sell it out, does he win New York?
He's not winning New York. It's just not going to happen. That's like these fucking like Democrats every 4 years. Texas is turning blue. They always fucking say this, and like it's always like 60% red. It's just not going to happen.
They would need to present facts of a Democrat presidential candidate down there holding rallies at big events.
It doesn't matter. It's just never happening.
The union members of New York, I believe, are going for Trump in large numbers. Hispanics are mostly going for Trump, although he's struggling.
Doesn't matter.
The black men are coming out for Trump.
Doesn't matter.
Black women, okay. Well, we'll see. I think he's got a shot at it.
Have you ever been to New York?
No.
These people are nuts, dude. They're like Chicago Northsiders. They're fucking stupid, retarded.
Hey, I'm a Northsider.
Yeah, well, then you knew what your neighbors were like.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of hope he does something there.
I mean, like, he'll do better, but he's not going to take the state. It's just not going to happen.
Maybe we should do some kind of canary in the cage bet. We'll think about that for next week. So, Canada. Trudeau's in hiding.
Yeah, really?
He's in, I forget what, he's in another country right now.
Okay.
Canada's about ready to collapse.
Why?
Our government's not talking about it. Our media's not talking about it.
Why?
Apparently, they had a big green initiative there that had a ton of money in it.
Yeah.
It's all gone. Nobody knows where it went.
Oh, boy.
And it was basically, if you were Trudeau's friend and you went, I think I can control the weather.
Oh, well, here's some money.
Here's a bunch of money.
Okay.
I didn't need to do anything.
Right, just so you think you can do it.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't know.
You know what country he fled to? Is it like, do they have no extradition treaties?
It's like a 5-letter word. No, that's on my brain. It's a country that I've heard of, but I don't know a lot about.
Let's see.
Where is Waldo and where is Trudeau? Somebody Photoshop Trudeau with a Waldo shirt on. And let's just start planting him everywhere. Speaking of that, on X, there was some guy posted. So our news article came out. When you find out what countries, I'll stop. I'm just trying to entertain the people while you're searching.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
Oh. So, guy posted on X. There was a news article that in Pennsylvania, 6 counties had like 110% voting, 115% turnout. It was all that, and the guy was like, "Oh, why didn't we know about this then? Why is this just not?"
We did. They reported it the next day. What are you talking about?
I'm like, dude, you didn't pay attention. We knew about a lot of shit, and nothing came out, and you got sucked in by the media. You know, Trump derangement syndrome. Was like, oh god. So, yeah, I thought that was funny. And our allies to the east, where's UK, United Kingdom, maybe east of us.
Well, you'll get either way you go, you'll hit them eventually.
No, because Earth's flat.
Oh, well.
Can you fly outside the ice walls and fly underneath the flat Earth and then come back on the other side?
I don't see why not.
I know, but if we were flying in the UK, which direction would we go? It doesn't matter.
That's the other thing is, like, America is so big,
right,
that our international flights depend on where you're flying from.
More than likely, you have to fly to New York and transfer to another plane.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with travel. So what they've done is, mind you guys, I call them our allies because we might be following the road they're on down. They're banning free speech. They're going after people for making negative comments on social media. Now they require you to register your chickens. If you're a prepper and got chickens, you better register them.
Yeah, I saw that.
Here's the funny thing. Just like the dick pics, or just like New York with the line of call and report your neighbor. So apparently people in the UK thought it would be funny to register their chickens that are in their fridges.
Right, the rotisserie.
Crashed their website. Yeah. I love it when people come together. I love it when a plan comes together. If I had a cigar, I'd be like 18. Sorry. And I love it when people come together to fight the government. Fight the power.
Looks like he's in Laos.
Yeah, that's probably it. It was something like that.
Interesting.
Do they have expedition clause with that is a great fucking
probably
question.
There because I don't know actually. But I think they're very, very friendly to the whole French thing, which French Canadian.
Yeah. So they're actually saying that there might be an election hold very quickly to remove him from office. Even though he survived his last recall, I'm sure he used Dominion voting machines, and he counts like Democrats count.
He's supposed to come back tomorrow.
Ooh, we'll find out.
We'll see, yeah.
Well, I mean, he can still come back. They're saying he's hiding out there. But, I mean, he hasn't been charged with anything yet. It's just there's a lot of questions that need to be answered.
Now, this is an AI result, so take it with a grain of salt. Based on the search results, Laos is listed as one of the countries without an extradition treaty with Canada.
Oh, shit! Breaking news, the canary in the cage again!
That's what the AI says. I can't verify. I'm not going to go look that shit up.
We're going with it. So he's in an unextraditable country.
And then Wikipedia says he's there to visit the 45th ASEAN Summit, which is what? Association of Southeast Asian Nations. I don't know why the fuck he would be there for that.
Because they have no expedition to Canada.
Okay, well, there you go.
So let's watch our brothers and sisters to the north. Which I actually give them credit for because they're the first ones who stood up under the COVID vaccine shit. Again, we're embarrassed by fucking Canada. We're down here like, oh, we're tough and we're going to fight everything. We're going to do this. We're going to do.
Well, okay,
and then we get some of their fucking hands on our lap of Canada.
The places here that cracked down the hardest were places where people loved it. Mm-hmm. Right, New York, LA, San Francisco.
So Democrat controlled cities.
But like states. The places like even Vegas, like nobody fucking enforced. Other than the casinos, nobody gave a fuck. So like, why would we riot?
There were restaurants that was like, you need to.
There were a couple,
it was like the millennial waitresses, like, oh, you're not wearing a mask. You can't come in. I don't know if the official rule was the restaurant enforces it, the bar enforces it, but the employees were. You're scaring me.
I only had one issue with one restaurant, and funny enough, it was the restaurant where Governor Sisolak got in without a mask. I'm not going to name them because I don't want you to go there or review bomb them or anything, but I got into a shouting match with the guy, and they kicked me out. But everywhere else, nobody gave. Like, I would just say, yeah, I can't wear a mask.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as COVID started happening, all this shit started happening, I'd only lived in Nevada like 6 months. And I'm like, well, you couldn't be much longer here.
Yeah, I was here for 2 years.
You've been here 5 years total.
Well, I guess it's 6 now.
You might want to carry the 1.
Yeah, no, it's 6 now because 2018 we moved here.
Okay, because I moved here in 2019. So I asked people, I'm like, where the hell can I go to avoid all this shit? They're like, go to Nye County, go to Pahrump. I go, okay.
But nobody, like, they didn't really give a fuck here. Nobody gave a fuck. Like, I went to grocery stores, banks, and restaurants everywhere. Like, only the casinos really cared.
I mean, when I would come down here, they cared a lot.
I don't know where the fuck we were going.
Maybe you were going to different places. I mean, I hang out more on the west side of town. You might have been more on the east side of town.
Well, yeah, I live like just east of the street. Yeah. My favorite story is there's a Chipotle by me, and I always like going to Chipotle when I have nothing else to eat.
You like Ebola?
No, Chipotle. No, dude, Chipotle's great. What are you talking about?
They've killed people with their food.
Fuck off with this.
I don't know they've actually killed them. They made them sick.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ebola.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's happened like 3 times.
So I'm standing in Chipotle with no mask on, and like there's a couple other people there. They have their masks on. And the employees have their masks on because, like, you know, they're employees. And I'm standing in line, and 2 cops come in. And the cops have their masks on. And, like, they look at me, and I look back at them. I'm like, let's do this, right?
Can't enforce it.
And then they took their masks off. So that's my favorite story of that. So, like, nobody gave a fuck, dude.
So did you, like, solidarity?
No, I didn't say anything. I just, like, smirked to myself and ordered my burrito and moved on.
Okay.
Yeah, people didn't care. I have an interesting story. If you
jump right in. We got a Dave exclusive.
So this has not been reported anywhere, as far as I can tell.
Ooh.
Do you remember a couple weeks ago there were astronauts that were stranded on the ISS?
Yeah.
And this was like it was a semi-big story. Like Boeing was managing it or something, and
they're playing. I mean, they're playing. Their spaceship broke.
Well, now here's the part that nobody reported on. Elon Musk sent SpaceX up there.
I know that.
And rescued them.
Yeah.
But nobody reported on this.
I mean, I saw the story a couple times. I mean, but again, I listen to different news media than you do.
Well, so like, because I was just like sitting at home the other day and I'm just thinking, what happened to those astronauts? I haven't heard anything. Like, did they just die? Like, are they out in space? What happened? So I Googled it. Yeah. I'm not Google. I don't Google anything.
Right, but it's I
searched it.
You know what we say when we mean Google? We don't use NGO. We use something else.
And it's like, oh yeah, SpaceX sent something up and fixed the problem. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
That would be big news. Well,
why didn't anybody say that?
Because that happened around the same time as he was going to go to a Trump rally.
Oh,
so we can't give good news.
No, I don't like Elon Musk. Like you guys, like
I dig him.
I've expressed this before. I like it. Sounds like Trump, where like he says funny things sometimes.
Yeah.
But he's still overall an idiot.
Okay, no, you can't say.
Yes, I can.
No, an idiot.
But when he does something good, I'll give him credit. And this was a good thing that nobody else gave him credit for.
The guy is highly intelligent,
dude.
No, is he? I mean,
he's smarter than you.
I'm smarter than you.
No, you're not. It's not even close.
How do you measure intelligence? Just out of curiosity, can you fix a boiler? No.
I can
learn how to. Can I fix a computer? No, but I can learn too. So So how do you? What's the true measurement of intelligence?
I guess like how fast you can learn that is one option. One way of saying
comprehension. It. So comprehension skills.
The ability to retain all that shit for long periods of time, right?
And a lot of people regurgitate it. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's not regurgitate. It's more like.
Well, that's what you do, though. You regurgitate a bunch of bullshit that you read in a book.
No.
You take somebody else's opinion.
No, I don't.
And you play with it. You shine it up.
No, I don't.
And then you regurgitate it.
No, that's not what's happening. I don't know where you're getting that from. That's what Elon Musk does.
Oh, come on. He built like PayPal and shit.
He didn't build fucking anything. He came into companies that already existed.
Wait, his PayPal partner got in trouble for something. What was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, okay.
But he's really good at marketing and like building the hype around stuff. Like that's his talent, and I give him credit for that. So, But he didn't build fucking anything. Okay, he didn't.
What are you, Obama now? You didn't build that.
No, he didn't build that.
Isn't he like a billionaire though? So he's like, is he a grifter then?
He is. He's definitely a grifter. I mean, like, so for every successful company that he has under his wing, we just forget about all the bullshit ones, like Hyperloop and the Boring Company, and like all this nonsense that's just a total fucking scam.
Okay, so how about Steve Jobs?
Well, he only really had Apple. Like, what else did he do?
Well, no, but I mean, they say that he's like a big inventor, and he changed the world with his stuff. I mean,
well, so I think we talked about this on the show actually, where he wasn't the brains behind it. Like,
right, he would just say, "Do this."
Yeah,
he'd be like,
yeah, he was the kind of the idea guy.
I would have put 1,000 songs on this.
Yeah, go make it happen.
Fix it.
Yeah. That's so. Yeah, I mean,
okay,
that's kind of what Musk is doing. Like, I have this grand idea, and like most of his ideas are fucking stupid.
Well, how come you aren't a billionaire? You have grand ideas that no one listens to.
No, I don't. I can't. And the other thing, here's the real credit.
We just ignore you.
Well, no. Here's the real thing that sets these guys apart is they don't fucking sleep. They don't have fun. They don't do anything but do this work all fucking day long, 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I'm lazy. I am so fucking lazy. Like, I don't want to be rich because I know how much work it takes to be rich.
If I could invent shit like in like 10 minutes and get rid of it, I'd be a billionaire. But unfortunately, I can't do that either. Man. So, what else? I'm going to do a quick rant here in a minute once I get through all my shit. Ukraine officials were caught here in America. There's 2 Ukraine officials that are here in America.
Yeah.
And they just got caught with $6 million.
Oh, what's wrong with that?
Is it our money? Or is it something they earned? I don't know.
Maybe we should civilly asset forfeiture seize it and then find out.
Well, yeah, because if it's not in the bank, can you have $6 million in your house legally?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you can't carry more than $10,000. In most states, Nevada just changed it. So, but
no, you can. It's just that they will steal it from you legally. It's perfectly legal for you to have that. But they will take it from you.
There's either a movie or a new series on like Netflix or Prime that they take this guy's money and he's like a veteran, so he's got to fight for it back. Kind of like almost like a Rambo kind of thing.
There was a story the other day about a woman. She had $100,000 in change going through an airport, and it was a domestic flight. So like international, you have to report that, but domestic, you don't. They just stole it from her. The civilly asset forfeiture seized it. And
bastards. Okay. Yeah, that's. I'm not a big fan of forgery. I don't know if this was United States money or not, but I'm going to call it out just because we might turn out to be, and I want to be able to go. I called that like 4 months ago. Like now on the radio, I'm starting to hear that the immigrants might be an army. I'm actually hearing this from other people. I go, I did that 3 months ago. Like the app that moves the people around the country that brings in immigrants. Mentioned that back in March. Pay attention, people. Here we got breaking news all the time. Mostly. It's kind of fake. Most of it's fake, but hey, speaking of that, I know I get a lot of shit for some of the stuff I say, but let me let's go off the Bill Gates driving the hurricane.
Yeah.
So, could that be true? It could be. Could be. Possibly. Kind of, sort of, maybe, don't really know, but it could be.
I don't think so.
Okay, so if we were sitting back in the 1920s, and we were sitting back on our podcast, it would be more of us just talking to a bunch of people.
It was a radio show. It would be a radio show.
Okay.
We had radio.
And I'm like, oh man, there's this box they're going to sell us. And in this box are going to be people. And the people are going to say funny stuff and do dramatic things to entertain us. You guys have to be fucking committed.
Well, no, but in 1920, that box did not exist.
Right.
So, but I'm not saying we'll never be able to control hurricanes. I'm saying we can't right now.
All you got to do is find out the properties of a hurricane, which is warm water,
it's not that fucking simple.
Warm air, and a high moisture content.
It's not that simple.
And then you got to.
Well, I know how to control hurricanes. Just eat the bugs.
Eat the bugs. You will eat the bugs.
Get rid of your washer and dryer and gas stove. Get rid of that stuff. Eat the bugs and do that. There you go. Hurricane salt.
No, I mean, people criticize conspiracy theorists, even though we've been fucking right on a lot of stuff. But I'm like, if you just take a step back and look at like the car. Oh, there's going to be horseless carriages pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like what? Yeah, you won't need a horse. You just got to turn it and it starts.
Yeah, but no, there's a difference between saying we're going to have this technology soon and they have it right now and they're secretly using it to to kill us, right? That's two different things.
I actually heard the car was invented in the 1700s. The government just kept it from us. You know I'm fucking lying about that, right?
I
went to the 1700s for... I didn't even do the 1800s because you could go, maybe one guy
They literally were invented in the 1800s. Like the car was invented in like 1880 or something.
I thought, Henry Ford didn't bring it out until...
No, that was mass production.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But like the first models were like 1880.
Yeah. So that's why I wanted to go extreme.
Well, yeah, because that doesn't sound right at all.
But no, there's things that, just because we don't know about it or we've never heard about it, well, it can't be true. That's got to be a lie. No, fucking look into it. Look into whether there are literally patents in the patent office for machines that control the weather.
Yeah, but like that simple shit, like cloud seeding and whatever it's not
driving the hurricane.
God, it's two different things. Two different things.
Here comes where's Tampa?
That's like saying we have these tubes that can go up in the sky and defy gravity. Therefore, we're also traveling to other star systems. Like, no, we're not.
I mean, we got to the space station.
Yeah, but that's two different fucking things. Like, it's orders of magnitude difference. It's so much different.
No, I just think some people get closed-minded and go, well, just because I don't know about it,
oh my God,
it can't be true. We'll see. We'll be sitting here in 6 months, you'll be like, oh, fuck, dude, there's Bill Gates controlling a hurricane. He's driving.
I don't think I will.
Like a school bus.
I don't think I will.
I'm kind of hitting some right stuff on there, but that's cool. We'll move on from that. Even though, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could go into of the government has done that people don't, I didn't hear it on the news. CNN didn't say it.
Well, so here, I'll give you an example, right? They had the MK Ultra experiments, and they did like mind control and remote viewing and all this ESP bullshit. And it's all bullshit. It doesn't work. It's not possible. You can't fucking like seal something in an iron box and then have a psychic determine what's in there. It doesn't work. But the government did it. They tested it. Like they said, well, what if we could do this? And they spent millions and millions of dollars.
Have we talked about mind control before? Because there was a CIA asset that everyone knows about.
Dude.
No, I'm asking. Have we done this before?
I don't think so.
Charles Manson was a CIA asset.
Yeah.
And they were using him for mind control.
Okay.
To use drugs to see...
But they didn't mind control him. Like, they just turned him into a fucking psycho.
No, not him. He was passing out drugs to people...
Okay.
...to see how the drugs reacted.
Right.
And to see how things...
And it turns out it didn't do what they wanted it to do, right? It didn't work.
I didn't say it did work.
Well,
I said they were working...
That's my point. Like, just because they're researching it doesn't mean it works.
The Charles Manson was a CIA asset, which he was, and I can prove it if I need to, just not right now.
I know that one. Yeah.
It's the same thing that I do. I throw out weird shit every now and then just to fuck with people, but it's true, but nobody believes it. Like... Abraham Lincoln's gay. He is. He was. I guess. Can you be gay when you're dead? I mean, like a Marine's a Marine forever. So if a gay guys, are you guys gay forever? Like your dad, he's so gay guy. No, I mean, I got proof of that. People call me out on it. I cite my sources, and they go, "Oh shit, Abraham Lincoln was gay." The main reason is look at the log cabin Republicans.
No, this is like the fourth time you've gone over this.
I don't wait. Okay, so. But no, and now my new one's Charles Manson being a CIA asset.
Yeah, but that's all on record. Like we have, like they admitted it, right? Like it's different. It's
well, let's talk about CIA assets.
Okay.
We just found another one today.
Yeah.
The guy in Oklahoma. The guy, he's Middle Eastern. He was from Afghanistan, and he was ordering guns, and he was going to do a mass shooting on Election Day.
I think I heard. I didn't look at the story.
He also had a sidekick that was a kid that was in high school in there. So we don't know if there was a school shooting planned that day or two or not. Yeah. They caught him, but guess what? So when you look at his resume, guess what his job was prior to the CIA asset in America to shoot up the polling places?
I had no idea.
He was a CIA asset in Afghanistan doing security for the CIA offices. So they kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're so incompetent. So, like, when you tell me they're secretly steering a hurricane, no!
Dude, he's driving that shit like the bus.
They're so fucking incompetent.
Oh, I'm telling you. It's coming. One of the last things I got is I've been talking about like banning free speech, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, Hillary, they're not being quiet about this.
Yeah.
They're literally, the Democrats are out there, we're going to control social media.
Yeah.
We're not going to allow false narratives out.
Yeah.
What, they're going to take your First Amendment, or they're going to try to take your First Amendment rights away. So,
well, the Supreme Court just gave them a win this week. Did you follow that one?
No, what happened?
So there was a big case over the COVID shit where the government was reporting posts on Facebook and Twitter and getting them banned off of Facebook and Twitter. And
that's the Missouri case, right?
That's the Missouri case. Yeah. So the SCOTUS Supreme Court just ruled against.
They ruled on it?
They ruled against the people that were suing.
So the government can.
The government can do that now.
It's coming, people. It's coming. They gotta get somebody else in there besides Harris.
Yeah.
So that brings up a valid question. I was listening to Redacted News today. And they brought up a very good question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold this. I'm trying to look cool with this. I've decided if I want to hang it down, I'm still working on my new mic. So, you hear about the college professor?
The guy who said line up people and shoot them?
Yeah, men who don't vote for Harris should be shot.
Oh, well, no, that's not what he said. He said men who don't vote for Harris because she's a woman. Let's
that's right, because he's like, he's whatever. But still, I mean, so if you don't vote for him, if you're a man, you deserve to be shot.
Right.
So he got fired, or he's suspended. Suspended and going to be fired.
Pending investigation. Yeah.
So my question to you is that a violation of his First Amendment rights? Because he wasn't serious. He had no way of carrying that action out. So it was more of a joke.
Now, is this a state school or a private school?
I thought about this question on the drive home, so I didn't get a chance. You showed up too damn early for me to look it up. Let's just call it.
Traffic, just to go on a mini rant. Traffic in Vegas right now is so fucking stupid because of this F1 shit. Like, I have to leave fucking way early because sometimes I'll get here late, and sometimes I'll get here way early and just have to wait for you to get home. So
no, I know.
That's why.
No, I agree. So. I don't know, but I'm going to assume that it is a college or a university that's state funded.
Okay.
Or federally funded.
Then I think it would be a violation of his First Amendment rights.
So, but he's an employee. So keep in mind,
he's not forcing the students to agree with him or giving them bad grades because and I don't know what class it was either. What class was it?
Because
if it's a math class, you should probably shut the fuck up. But if it's
even a civics class, I mean, or even a government,
it could be like a philosophy class or whatever, you know what I mean?
So let me break it down this way, because this is where because initially I'm like, well, no, it's not a violation of his free speech, because as an employee, you don't necessarily have free speech. Like the football players,
it's a little different in college versus high school and grade school.
Well, no, I'm going with the football players that were kneeling in the NFL. It was like they have a First Amendment right. No, they don't.
Right? Yeah, they work for a company. Yeah, that's a private company.
Right. So we've got the way I look. So if he's on a university or college, whatever, that's public property.
Yeah.
So how does that play into this? But what if a lot of teachers have to sign code of conduct, or I doubt college professors do. I know teachers used to.
Well, I mean, even if they do, I don't think it covers opinions like that.
Well, I think you would have to just say you can't make state, maybe who knows.
I don't know.
But can you ban someone's free speech on public property with a piece of paper with words on it?
No.
But if he signed it, so he agreed to the terms. I don't know if he did. But this is what's going through my head.
Still don't think so, because this actually brings up a good other case that came the case happened a while ago, but the woman is suing over it now, and she goes by the other Massey.
Okay.
I forget her first name, but her last name is Massey.
Okay.
And God, is it Arizona? I don't know. She went to go to a city council meeting, and she was criticizing the mayor and the city council, and they had her arrested.
Oh yeah, did the cop walk up to her and try to talk her down?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
So the body cam just came out this week, and it's pretty fucked up. But no, she's suing, and
she should.
Well, so their argument was, you signed a pledge to come into the meeting that said, I will not criticize the mayor. Or whatever, I don't know the exact.
What the fuck?
So no, her argument is, well, you can't hold me to that, because you can't stop me from coming to a public meeting and saying what I want. So this agreement, quote unquote, is a violation itself.
Right.
So that would be the same thing with the professor, right? Okay, yes, I signed it under duress, but you still can't violate my rights.
But duress doesn't always work because you still signed it.
Doesn't
and what duress were you under?
I want to go mention
the mayor.
Right, that is a difference in those cases, because she was going to a public meeting where the public is welcome to bring their commentary.
Well, first of all, the mayor should be recalled.
Of course. But the professor is getting a job, where that's not the same thing, right? You don't have a right to a job, whereas you do have a right to go to a public meeting and offer your commentary. So yes, that is a difference, but
no, because there was a teacher here in CCSD that was arrested during contract negotiations because she went to the I think it was a school board, and they had her arrested because she was saying shit they didn't want to hear.
Yeah.
Guess what? All charges have been dropped.
Of course.
I'm sure she's suing, and she should sue.
Of course.
But it's the employee thing. Sort of, but being on public property. Now, public property is we find out what university that is. Can we send in some people with cameras, like the First Amendment auditors do, and walk through the halls and see if they stop us?
I don't see why not.
Well, if they do stop us,
now there's like buildings that you won't be able to go into because they're locked and
they're locked and they have signage up. That's fine.
Yeah, but in general on campus, you could do that.
You can walk through the halls of a university. You don't think with a camera. You don't think security's going to come after you?
I mean, they might try, but what the fuck are they going to do, really?
Yes, I don't know. I mean, if you're on a college campus as a student or as a visitor, you have your First Amendment rights. Yeah. Hands down. There's no question on that.
I don't know. I'm siding with the professor here.
I kind of am too, though. Because I don't
Well, okay, no, I'm not siding with him on agreeing with his statements.
We both think men should be killed if you don't vote for Harris.
I'm saying there should be no consequence. Like, because, okay, yes, he's a dickhead. But no, again, this is like there's a very big difference between high schools and grade schools and universities where like the students are adults, right? It's time to put your big boy pants on and hear opinions that you don't like. Right?
Well, but technically, even in elementary schools, your constitutional rights do not stop at the stairs. Or at the
for teachers, they do.
Employees.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying for colleges, they shouldn't. That should be. Well, okay.
Oh, that's a great fucking
point.
That's
like a cutoff
The professors should be able to go a little bit on the crazy side because we've pampered these kids all through school.
You're an adult now. Fucking,
it's an adult. You're gonna hear shit you don't like. But you know what's funny is if you watch the video, like nobody in the crowd like yay or
nobody. Yeah,
everyone's like what the fuck.
Yeah.
So okay, so I agree. So we side with the professor. He should not be fired, and I agree with that. Because I don't like free speech. I don't like speech being limited.
Right.
Like they're going to do to us if we elect Harris.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is if you don't defend the speech of somebody who says something you hate, you're next, right?
Yeah.
Because someone's going to hate what you say. I guarantee people hate what I say on Twitter. Fucking Dina Titus blocked us, which I'm going to sue. I told you before the show. So I've been calling lawyers for the past 2 weeks. And
in the city of Las Vegas, we have more lawyers than any other city, and this is not on a per capita basis.
Yeah.
We straight up have more lawyers.
Well, most of them are personal injury.
Yeah. So, or hurt in a hotel, get a check.
There's not a whole lot of civil rights lawyers here.
No, there's not. Because I had a similar case I was looking for.
And very few of them would talk to me at all.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy that would said, you got to pay $2,500 just for the consultation. Mm-hmm. And that money would go towards your case.
Oh, so we turn into a retainer.
Yes, but that's if they accept the case. If they don't accept the case, that money that's what you paid for your consultation.
Oh shit!
So like,
you should call Morgan & Morgan. No, they're actually a law firm. I'm just not using my last name. It's funny. They
do civil rights?
We are lawyers for we the people.
Yeah, but do they do civil rights cases?
Well,
because I got some.
They might be personal injury only, but the fact he uses "we the people," fuck you.
Maybe I'll check that out. I'll check that out. So I called. I got some recommends, like personal recommends for personal injury lawyers. And here's the funny part: I called up one of the personal injury guys.
Yeah.
And I explained to him the problem. He's like, "Well, why do you think that's illegal?" And I go, "Well, Trump blocked people on Twitter, and they sued him in 2019, and they won."
Yeah.
And he's like, I can hear him tapping at the keyboard.
Yeah.
He's like, holy shit, let me get back to you. So, like, he hung up the phone, and then he called me back like an hour later. He's like, I think you actually have a case here, but I'm personal injury, so I don't really want to,
Well, at least he talked to you for a little bit.
but he gave me recommendations for civil rights attorneys.
Yeah, it's really hard finding civil rights attorneys.
I called those people up, and they're like, no, we can't do that.
So Nevada has a number you can call that goes to Carson City, and it's a legal defense. And you can tell them what your case is, and they'll recommend lawyers.
So they have a website.
They have zero civil defense lawyers.
I went to the website. No results. So guess what I'm going to do?
Yep.
I downloaded the Trump case, like the full, all the details.
Yep.
I'm gonna read through what the judge's opinions were and all that shit. I'm gonna basically copy paste the complaint and then fix the details to be what mine is. And then I'm going to cite the case itself in those details, and I'm going to go into federal court on probably Monday afternoon, and I'm going to file it myself, pro se, because fuck you, Dina Titus.
Okay,
so this is whole political fucking machine in Vegas where nobody wants to upset the boat. You know what I mean? That's what's going on here, right? They don't want to sue Dina Titus. They don't want to upset the boat because she gets District 1, and then you guys can have District 3 with Drew Johnson, who's a good guy, but, like, you know, it's a whole fucking game they play. Fuck you, bitch. I'm going to sue you.
So, my question is...
You don't violate my fucking rights.
You have to file, and then you have to serve her.
Yes.
Are you allowed to serve her, or do you have to hire somebody?
I have to ask that, because I would love to do it myself.
Fucking hire me. Give me a quarter, and I'll serve
Well, no, that's the other thing I wanted to ask you. Do you want to be in the lawsuit? Because you're a part of that...
the lawsuit, no. But
okay.
I will serve her for you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if it comes down to it,
now, how much do you charge for that? Because I would like to recoup my costs in court.
Well, if you lose, I'll charge you a quarter. If you win, I want like 10%.
Okay, so contingency.
I wasn't saying anything, people. I was sneezing. I just happened to sneeze very quietly. Fuck, is she dumb? Yeah, no, I'll. But who are you suing? Are you suing the campaign,
Dina Titus.
or are you suing her?
Her personally.
So I have to find her.
I don't think so, because I think her office, if they can accept documents on her behalf, that's good enough. Again, but I'm going to ask at the federal court when I go.
I mean, she doesn't have like Secret Service protection, right?
No.
Okay, I don't need to get into a Secret Service. Come on, put them up. You guys suck anyway. Go fire your boss.
Oh, she's holding a rally tonight, and to go to it, to even know where it is, you had to give all your details. Like, they won't even tell you where she's going to be.
Really?
They're scared. They're fucking... And so, like, that's the funny thing is, she has two Twitters, okay? She has the government account, which has blocked us.
Yeah.
And she has her personal account, which, like, she basically mirrors the tweets, and she hasn't blocked us on that one yet. So, I don't know. Obviously, she doesn't control either of these. It's fucking interns or some stupid shit. But I still reply to the personal one. And, like, I replied, like, why are you such a chicken shit? You won't just give the address so people can protest you and whatever. You know, like... she might be able to use that as defense, right? Like, oh, I didn't block him on this account, but we'll see.
No, that's her personal account.
Her
government account blocks.
But if they're going to argue it, they're just going to throw shit at a wall and hope it sticks.
I mean, it's going to be a loser. I mean, only because the courts are rigged to protect the politicians.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
That's the problem. I mean, the only reason Trump got sued for it is because they hated Trump.
Yeah.
The judges are going to throw it out. I will serve the paperwork for you. I will do whatever you want in this, but I'm going to guarantee you we won't see this out of courtroom. The judges will punt this.
Well, we'll see.
Because they suck. See. Oh, Jesus. I did the Ukraine thing. I did that. Well, okay. I got two more things, I think. Actually three. Never mind. Yeah. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. So we talked about fluoride a little bit, that case, and you thought I would bring it up. I'm like, it's not really my thing.
Yeah.
But this is getting bigger.
Yeah, of course.
Cities are actually removing it. Right. Now, what people don't realize is back in like the 70s and 80s, if you remove fluoride from your water, the federal government would step in and you would start losing federal funding.
Right.
Even though your citizens paid into the federal system, you were not allowed to get it unless you put fluoride in the water.
Right.
Now, fluoride, I never really thought...
No fluoride here.
Seriously?
Yeah, no fluoride.
Oh, no fluoride.
Yeah. This is Kirkland brand.
You know what's funny? Sorry. Costco was formed in Washington State. Okay. And Kirkland... Fuck, there's a town outside of Seattle. I forgot the name of it. It might be Kirkland or Kirk. Something to that's. I was in that town. I go, I wonder if Google what the town Costco came from. It's like Kirk or Kirkland or something. And actually, if you're in a crosswalk in this town, you can grab a red flag out of a little holster when you cross the street.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
You can wave the flag. So I grabbed all of them and just started dancing across the fucking street. So yeah, no, this is. I mean, there's some lawsuits going on. The NIH reported there's fluoride is actually poison for people. It makes kids dumber.
Yeah.
So did you have a lot of fluoride? Sorry.
Dude, actually,
I'm taking shots at you today. That's my thing today.
No, my parents bought filters like in the late '80s. I want to say.
Really?
Yeah.
And it removed fluoride?
I assume it did. I mean,
because you can remove chlorine.
Well, so I distinctly remember, like we had a door-to-door salesman. Remember those things? Like he came in and he was like pitching them the filtration system, and he had like a drop of chlorine, and he put it in the water, and the water turned yellow. Yeah. And then he ran it through the filter. And it wasn't yellow anymore.
Yeah, it'll remove chlorine. For sure.
So I assume it does fluoride for the same reason, because chlorine and fluoride are very similar chemically.
Chlorine will evaporate naturally in water. I don't know if fluoride.
Well, like I said, they're both -1 on the periodic table. I think. Let me double check that before I look like an idiot.
Yeah. You don't want a community note.
I'm pretty sure chlorine and fluorine are like the same. Yes, fluorine is one row above chlorine, so they're almost identical chemically speaking.
But I don't think it would evaporate out of water, though.
It will likely do the same thing that chlorine does.
Okay.
And like ionic filtration will take them both out.
So there's a very quick way to get rid of chlorine.
Yeah.
So if you have a glass and you think there's chlorine in there, just piss in the glass.
Yeah.
And it'll remove all the chlorine, then you can drink it safely. Oh wait, but you can drink your own piss in the first cycle. The second cycle might get you sick.
Yeah. I don't.
You got to know this as a prepper.
Oh my God.
You can drink your first urine sample or urine donation. You can drink that, but don't drink it a second time. You can't drink urine after you've already drank urine. It's confusing. So that's fine. I'm going to follow this and kind of see where this goes. And then remember Britney Griner, the dude that talks like a lady, like Lola.
You mean
she
Griner?
looks like a man and talks like a girl.
Britney Griner?
Is that what her name is?
Yeah. The basketball player.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
We traded her.
Yeah.
Like baseball cards.
Okay.
And we traded them. They got the Merchant of Death, and we got.
Yeah.
Well, the Merchant of Death is back to selling guns again.
Well, what else would you do?
I know.
I mean, that's a year.
So that would be a Biden and Harris fuck up. Because
now to be fair, Britney Griner is back to playing basketball too.
True, but that's not illegal. Is she back to smoking pot in Russia?
Should be if you're a woman.
Don't go to the Who Songs Mexican restaurant over here on Wednesday nights because they're an Aces sponsor.
Oh boy!
And we were there on Sunday night, and they had Aces on all the TV. Some dude walks in and goes, "Yeah, you gonna put football on?" And some like very nice lady I actually talked to. She was, but I'm just gonna say lesbian looking.
Yeah,
I don't know. She's like, no, this is an Aces bar. He's like, no, you're going to put football on, right? No. She's like, they've won championships. He's like, okay, are you going to put football? He left. They're like, wow. We only turned, like, 2 TVs are controlled by 1 box. So to get this and that, and he's just like, I'll go somewhere else. I mean, really? Sunday Night Football over the Aces game? For those of you who don't know, the Aces are the Las Vegas Aces, which is our female basketball team.
Yeah.
Do what you want with that information. So now officially the last thing I have to talk about is there was a quote played on the radio earlier this week from JFK. Okay. I didn't have time to look. I wanted to get the verbatim, but I got caught up at work. He was talking about fat kids. He's like, we got too many fat kids in this country.
Oh, they had too many in the 60s. Okay.
Yeah, so this is going on in the 60s too. Well, I mean, imagine him now. He'd be like, holy shit. We got like, oh yeah, it would be completely different. But yeah, it was just funny. I mean, because it's JFK because of the voice.
Yeah.
And it
Are you sure it wasn't AI generated?
No, because it was a political talk show.
Okay. Okay.
And Google JFK's fat kids quote.
Yeah.
It was just funny because I'm thinking, holy shit, if a president said this now, oh dear God, people would automatically wet themselves.
Wow. Yeah.
And then take to Twitter.
Yeah. Of course. You can't do that. It's offensive. You made little Jimmy cry.
Is little Jimmy fat?
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna lose calories by crying. Maybe I should cry. Will I lose calories by crying?
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it's just
JFK would be like Trump. Like Trump is a fucking machine Democrat.
Yeah.
From that era, which like.
Yeah, no, it was just funny. I'm listening. I'm like, it was funny to hear just because I can just picture like if Trump said it. Oh dear God, they would light this country on fire.
Of course.
I mean, the 7 people that get offended at everything. Not everybody, because most of them don't give a fuck. Most people are like, yeah, there's fat kids here.
Right.
Fat kids turn to fat adults.
Don't they have gym class anymore? And like the presidential fitness program, you remember that? Like they made us do that shit.
So when I had to take that, now I played football, I played basketball, I wrestled, but I chose to do those. So when it came time in gym class to do the presidential fitness test, like everyone's got to run a mile, which is 4 laps on a track. That's just how shit works out. And they're like, we need to log your time. And I go, are we graded on this? You got another funny story about that too. And they're like, no. I go, cool. So about 4 of us just walked around the track. And the teacher's like, no, you guys got to run. We're like, hey, we're getting around the track. So, brought up another funny story. So, when I go to, I never technically officially went to college for a degree. No, because I'm like, school's not my thing because that boy ain't right. Meaning me. But I took classes on stuff that I needed to know for work.
Okay.
You know, I got a facilities management certificate, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the direction I didn't want to go. I don't need to know proper punctuation and what a noun is or an adverb is to do. Well, I probably do because I need to write reports. But my point being is I don't need to take all these stupid classes just to learn how to build a building. And I got to a certain point before I could complete the certificate, they're like, you got to take an assessment test. Everybody does. I go, but I'm not in a graduate program. I'm not in a degree program. I'm in a certificate program. You got to take it anyway. I go, you're not going to like my results. And they're like, well, you got to take it. I go, does it affect my grades? They go, no. I go, does it affect my enrollment? They go, no. I go, that's exactly what I had to go 4 separate times for 4 separate tests. I literally got the Scantron, which I've told the story of the Scantron before where I erased all the black. I'm not getting that. So the teacher's like, start the test. I was like, I didn't do A.
You just drew pictures and shit?
I wanted to make some kind of I wanted to make something in there. But I kept 1 dot per line.
Okay.
That's important.
Right.
So I literally 3 minutes later, I'm turning in my test. People are like, what the fuck? Is he a savant? No, I'm a fucking idiot because I just failed this test. So I took 4 tests.
Yeah.
That same way. I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You're not going to make me stay.
Right.
So I get called into the counselor's office. We need to talk about the results of one of your tests.
Yeah.
I go, 1? I go, I took 4. They're like, well, yeah, you passed those. You passed the other 3. I go, what? And they go, well, this one you failed horribly. I go, I look at the. I made letter. There's a design on there. I did this on purpose.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you should have done that. I go,
but I did.
I would be more concerned that I passed 3 of your tests. It was a pain in the ass. But I'm like, I'm gonna finish my degree, my certificate, get the fuck out of here. But I'm just like, really? Yeah, I'm sure they probably charge me for it or some kind of thing, or some government funding. The more stupid people you have, the more money you get. They probably got a ton on me.
There you go.
Yeah, so I think that there was something else. Oh, we talked about that because something I didn't make notes of. I put in my head. But yeah, I think I covered everything. Is there anything else in the news that you heard of?
Nope, I got my stuff.
All right, so let's continue on to the educational portion of this.
Cool. So I have an interesting one this week. It's going to be about hiding valuables in your house or apartment or whatever. So everyone should have some hiding places where they put certain valuables, and it doesn't have to be like money, jewelry, whatever. It can be, but think about other things like important documents, birth certificate, your title to your car, your deed to your house. Your deck of cards that has your Monero seed, right? Things like that, okay? And before we get on to good ideas, I want to talk about things where you should avoid. So don't go after air ducts.
Fair enough.
You know, every movie has, they put it in the air duct, so that guess where the cops are going to check or where the robbers are going to check, whatever. They're going to look in the air ducts. And the other thing is it could obstruct your HVAC. So, like, if you do, you don't want to fuck with that stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, especially. So avoid air ducts. Don't do the whole paintings or mirrors things, right? Again, that's a trope, right? Like
the picture on the hinge.
Right, yeah. That's fine if you have a safe that's hard to crack.
Yeah.
Right, because who gives a fuck if they know it's there? They're not going to get in the safe in time, right?
But they can pull the thing out of the wall.
Well, okay, so a safe is not there to prevent a robbery; it's there to slow a robber down.
Fair enough.
Avoid books, right? Like inside books on a bookcase, because people are going to knock your books over and there's your valuables, right? Thank you.
Everything in a Bible.
Yeah,
because no one ever checks the Bible.
Yeah. Under the mattress, it's way too fucking
it's cliche.
Yeah, it's cliche. Anything you've seen in a movie, probably don't do that. Someone's going to check for that. So what you want to do is look for things that no one would ever think of. And how do you do that, right? When you're cleaning or something, if you have a hard-to-reach area that you're cleaning, that might be a good hiding spot, because nobody wants to fucking reach back there. That's why it's a dirty mess, right? So let's get into some good ideas. So if you have a pet, especially fish, right, like in an aquarium, you can put valuables in there and
in the fish or in the fish tank? Oh, not in the fish.
No, well, you could if you're
like one diamond.
Yeah. No, so the thing is, when you have, especially a fish tank or like a hamster or something, people put little decorations in there, right? So if you put like your gold coins in there, they're going to think that's just a plastic piece of shit. That's not gold coin. Who would put a gold coin there, right? Like, I'm not going to reach in the fish tank and grab some coin, right? So that might be a good spot to put.
Well, they are now.
Well, any of our listeners, yeah.
The 3 listeners that we have.
But like, think about that. So like, any other pet enclosures where like, let's say you have a doghouse, right? You can reach up in the inside and tape something there. No one's really going to look in there, right? Because it's a doghouse. So a good one is fake household items.
Yeah.
So, like bottles, office supplies, like a pen or a fake marker, right? Like you can open, like when you take the cap off the marker, you rip all the marker parts out of there, and like that you have a little tube where you can roll some $100 bills. No one's gonna fucking open up a marker and it's a $100 bill. No one's gonna look for that.
You get that black shit all over your fingers. Yeah. Who's gonna do that?
Or like think about inside your fridge, right? Like a mayonnaise bottle, a mayonnaise jar, right? Like. Empty it out, put some white paint on the side so it looks like there's still mayonnaise in there, and then put your valuables in there. Who's
they actually make like Coke and Pepsi cans?
Yes,
with a fake bottom.
Yeah. I've seen. So I'm going to put that website on our website. Give a link to them. So other like I mentioned, hard to reach things behind cabinets, drawers, behind the like pull your fridge out, put something behind there. Like robber's not going to pull the fucking fridge out, right? Like inside the freezer or fridge, like maybe in the ice tray.
Yeah, that's a ton of areas.
Like when you finish up your box of Tostino pizza rolls, put the valuables in there and put the box back in, right?
You don't smoke weed, but you eat pizza rolls?
I don't.
Oh, no, you don't smoke weed.
No, I don't eat pizza rolls.
Oh, you don't eat pizza?
I'm just saying that.
I was going to call you out on that one.
Inside electronics is another good one. So, we have this little device here, this microphone device. You can unscrew that, and there's going to be gaps in the plastic. And like you can put something up against that, and it won't interfere with the device at all. And you just hide your valuables in there.
Now, what about my suit jacket? I'm never aware. I bought it one time. Wore it one time.
I think people might check it.
I mean, suit jacket.
I mean, if let's say a robber comes in and they're ruffling, they're gonna. You never know. They might not.
Okay. Well, I've got some ideas. I'll get into.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing to look into is like doing false tops or bottoms. So like if you have a dresser drawer, put a false bottom in there. And then put your valuables under the bottom, and then put your clothes on top of it.
Ironically, Chase Oliver, or Oliver Chase, I'm confused now. It's in my head now. Fuck. He's just a bottom.
Just a regular bottom?
Yeah, he's not a false bottom. Yeah. He's a real bottom.
Yeah, so look into doing that. And the other, like I thought this one was amazing, so I brought one with me. This is a fake wall outlet.
Yeah, that's cool.
That has a safe in it. Now you have to cut a hole in your wall. So if you're in an apartment, they might not like that.
You can patch it, but it's very easy to patch holes like that.
Well, the other thing is like they might not even notice.
Yeah, leave it.
Right? How the fuck would they just leave it when you leave?
The new resident be like, my outlet doesn't work.
But no, it's just like $50. I mean, it looks fucking legit. Like you could actually plug things in here. They obviously won't work. But it's got a little safe in here. You could probably fit your deck of cards with your Monero in it.
You know what, though? Seriously, though, you could make this box a little deeper.
Yeah.
And you could make this outlet actually work and keep the shit behind the outlet.
I wouldn't recommend doing that yourself unless you're an electrician.
I can try it.
But yeah, so like, I think these things, and the website, I'll put on our website.
I like that.
They have a whole fuckload of these things. Yeah. Not just these, but different designs of like bleach bottles and just all sorts of things like you would never even think of. So yeah, I'll look into doing something like this, and start hiding things around your house. In case the worst happens, you're protected.
Furniture makers are making gun cabinets out of furniture. And it's a hidden panel. You can hit one area that pops open real quick, but if you don't know the area to hit, you can't hit it.
Right.
I thought those were cool.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff is great.
They make a headboard, and literally your gun's right there.
Right. I mean, you always want to be, trying to stay ahead of whoever might be trying to interfere with your shit and take your shit.
So what I've thought, I'll tell these because I did not utilize these.
Yeah.
One, if your house is on a slab, you can't do this one. But if you're on a crawl space or a basement, and actually a basement might make it actually easier because you can get up in the rafters. You put it I can remove a ceramic tile, or even like some carpet or a rug, and put it in your floor.
Yeah.
There's a video online, some guy doing it on a ceramic tile. He caulks the ceramic tile back in so it looks like grout.
Okay.
I don't know what would happen when you remove that. I think if caulking, I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can also put a rug over it. But yeah, floor safes are pretty cool. But the one I actually came up with that I was going to do, but I'm not that good as a carpenter. I mean, if I can destroy something, I just can't rebuild it. So I'm a rough carpenter, not a trim. Fireplace mantle with a false, okay, you know, like, when I was a kid growing up, we had a fireplace mantle that was a 6x6, like an actual piece of lumber. But you could actually get some cedar 1x and build what would be like a 6x6 or an 8x8 fireplace mantle with no bottom or a sliding bottom. So you could slide the bottom out and put shit in your mantle. And you could hide a bunch of stuff up there. And it's a mantle, so who's going to think that's fake?
Exactly.
So yeah, that's one thing. But actually, a lot of stuff, I just keep my gun safe. And I haven't done it here yet, but at my other houses, my gun safe has I think an 1.5 hour fire rating on it. Okay. So what I did, and I'll end up doing it here eventually, is I'll just run a water line over to above my safe, and I put a sprinkler head on it. So I have a sprinkler head above my gun safe. That if the house is ever on fire, it'll trip the sprinkler and it will protect the safe.
Oh, that reminds me of when I forgot to mention fake fire alarm.
Oh yeah, those are cameras too.
Yeah, and like I wanted to mention that because don't replace your real fire alarm, right? Just install an extra slot because you want fire, especially if you're in an apartment. They get mad at you for doing that. They don't like you when you take your fire alarm off.
Yeah, they did get a little upset about that, especially if it's connected to the fire panel. Yeah, but so were you a Love Line fans? A Love Lines fan?
Well, with
Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
I listened to it a couple of times. So I was a fan.
Adam Carolla, I find him to be hysterically funny, and he would get obsessed if you called in his show and your fire alarm was beeping in the background, like the battery beeping. Yeah. So he would be talking to you, and I don't know if it's a standard setting or if he timed it, but he would time the beeps. Yeah. And he would. He would like, your detector's gonna beep and beep. So somebody else apparently funnier than Adam Carolla, they called in and they would go beep, and then like 10 seconds later, beep. 20 seconds later, beep. Get him on the timer. It was driving him fucking nuts. He's like, whoa, what's going on with your fire alarm? Yeah. And they're like, it's beeping out of sequence. and the guy's like, no, it's fine. I mean, I don't know, the battery's dead or something. I don't know. We can't reach it. It's on a vaulted ceiling. Yeah. And he's like obsessing because, I mean, there's a lot of comedians that are kind of obsessive and OCD about shit. I'm not saying he is, but apparently the fire alarm is. It was just a really funny episode because they called in just to fuck with it. They were just throwing the beeps at different times.
That has to be on YouTube. It has to be.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, it happened probably before YouTube was even invented.
No, but people record that shit.
Yeah, but I'm sure it is. But it was a funny Love Lines episode because once he found out what was going on, he found it to be really funny because funny people love being made fun of, and when you get us. Call myself a funny person, by the way. Nobody caught that.
I think one of these, it must be it. So I'll look that up.
But but it's. I like it when somebody bests me in a prank or something. I love being pranked. So so there's that. Shit. All right. What else? I don't have anything else for your safe thing, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't want to give like an exhaustive list. Like, I want you guys to be creative in your own home and don't tell anybody, right? So, but I just gave you some ideas.
Don't go on a podcast and say what you hate your fucking shit.
Right. It was just to give you the ideas and to start implementing this in your life.
And it is fine because I do hide shit around my house. I don't put anything in my fish. I don't have any fish. If I did have a fish, I still don't think I put anything in the fish. I mean, fish tank's fine. What else? My thing. I'm gonna need your help with my thing. Okay. Because it's not one of my things. It's not something I actually believe in.
You should have told me to research it.
Nah, I guarantee you're gonna know this. It's gonna be simple. And even if you don't, I mean, just bringing up the topic and talking about it briefly will be enough for people because we don't really go into detail anyway. Yeah. We kind of just talk in general. Right.
And get people to do their own.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, everything's customized anyway. Especially when you're prepping, you got to do it a certain way.
Right. Exactly.
Faraday cages. Is that
Faraday cage? Yeah.
Faraday cage. I think they're important. Yeah. People are like, well, China's in our electrical system, and they're going to crash or they're going to send a bomb over. China's not. I'm not fearful of China because they need us. Yeah. To survive. Because we buy all their shit at Walmart.
I mean, they don't need dollars. What are they going to do?
No, but they have jobs over there that make shit.
Yeah, but they can make shit for themselves.
They pay their people like a nickel a day.
Okay, but it's not that like we're helping them.
Well, but they also get all. They only can make guitars because of us.
Right, but
still are
but if we stop buying those guitars, they'll just start using them.
No.
Yes, you'll see like a revival in Chinese music and absolutely. So like I listen to Peter Schiff a lot.
Oh, okay, I enjoy Peter Schiff.
He talked about this. Like we're not helping China at all. They're the ones keeping us alive because they make the stuff, and then we send them useless IOUs. Right, and we get all the stuff.
Well, no. Corporations pay their fair. The government, we don't pay them. We don't pay our debts.
No, we do.
But no,
we individuals do.
Right, the corporations, the people send them money.
Yes.
To have jobs.
Right,
because we pulled jobs out of China and they started freaking out.
But the whole point is, right? If that relationship is gone, they have all the stuff. And we just have a bunch of money.
They have a bunch of pile of shit that they put into stuff that we buy for some fucking
right, but I'm saying, like, they have the stuff, and we just have money. So, like, they're going to win that exchange. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but we're still a trading partner. I mean, we still need that.
Right, but...
All right, so maybe they won't attack us. I just don't fear China.
I don't think they're going to attack us, because we got nothing. Like...
Well, no, we have farmland. And they desperately need farmland.
They have more farmland than we do.
They absolutely do not.
What are you talking about? China's huge.
And they got a shit ton of fucking people. Dude, they're growing vegetables and tobacco out in the ocean.
I think, if anything, they're going to attack our government and then say to the farmers, hey, let's trade.
You think they'll attack our government?
Yeah. Because the government is the one preventing our farmland from helping China.
The president of China, it's we or you or what is his name?
She.
They?
What?
She. That's
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, but that's...
We're just managing... We got paid in China.
But there's more than one gender. There's more than two genders.
No, she.
Oh, she. Okay. Hey, take our government over. Let's talk.
Yes, attack them.
Yeah, leave us alone.
We'll.
You do your thing with them in DC.
We'll do the free trade with you.
Yeah, and we'll work something out. Yeah, probably don't want to do that. So getting back to what we're talking about, basically a Faraday cage protects electronics.
Yes.
Now the one thing I don't know, if I had this and it was unplugged, would that be affected if we had an EMP attack?
Yes.
Because it's off.
It can be.
It can be.
So what a EMP does is it's basically a large energy wave of electromagnetism.
Right.
And it can damage certain components in there, such as capacitors.
Now, does it do it through the air or through the electrical system in your house?
No, through the air.
Okay.
So it's basically like think about a magnet. Now, have you ever taken a magnet and held it up to an old school computer monitor or TV?
Does it do like something weird with the screen?
Yes, like the colors get all fucked up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what an EMP is doing, but like huge and all at once.
Okay.
So, like capacitors will burn out, and you can replace those, right? So like it's not deadly.
I mean, a lot of people can't do that.
But it will destroy it will make the device inoperable temporarily. So
until you fix it.
Until you fix it, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Because you can also get an EMP for your breaker panel, so you can protect your house.
And I don't know how effective those are because...
Yeah, that's what I was going to go off. I don't know. They sell them.
Yeah.
And they say they protect your house.
I think it'll help for like a minor surge, but like an EMP, like a targeted EMP is a weapon.
I think what it is as soon as it sensed the force coming at it, it would just kill the power to your house and kill the feed, so it would protect everything downstream from it.
Yeah, okay.
Is how I see. I'm not saying.
But it's still gonna pop your capacitors, right? So you still have to like replace your breakers and all that shit. So.
Well, and that's the device, because if you, depending on how you hook it up, you could actually hook it up to where, before the tolerance of your breaker gets destroyed, that would just kill the whole panel. But then again, it's sitting there not being used, but it would still, because, I don't know. That's why I was going to rely on you.
Yeah, I don't know how houses are wired, to be honest, so like I couldn't say.
I do, but I don't know how the EMP actually works when it comes to...
Yeah, well, so the EMP, again, it's like, it's basically like moving a magnet next to a monitor, just with a lot more energy.
Well, the theory they use is, yes, it's going to take power out to your house, and there's more than likely going to be a power outage.
Yeah.
But if you have it protected, when the power comes back on, you'll be the first one in your neighborhood back on.
Right. But the other thing is, like, you might be downstream of a lot of shit that's broken. Or like the poles outside.
Right, they've got to fix all the transformers, all that stuff, and that's what they said. They said, but at least you're ready for when the power comes back on. I don't know if they work. Look into them.
I would say worry more about like your handheld shit. Like the phone, you're not going to fix that because you can't even get inside these fucking things anymore. But like like a device like this, you can open it up and fix the capacitor yourself. Your car is an important one.
They have one for the car as well.
Well, your car's got all sorts of electrical shit all over the place.
Yeah.
So just know, I would say, learn the basics of the electrics of your car and what parts will fail in an EMP, and be ready to replace those parts. Because it's gonna be simple capacitor shit. It's not gonna be like wires. Like your wire is not gonna get bad. It's just a piece of copper, right? You can't fuck up a wire. So
all right, so know your resistors, know how to replace them.
Yeah.
Soldering iron, a bunch of little resistors.
Yeah.
And just so you know, the stripes on the resistors tells you what it does. Yeah. So if you want to buy one, you got to buy one with the same stripes on it.
Well, I think a resistor will be fine.
Oh, any resistor?
Yeah, well, no, a resistor will survive an EMP because resistor is basically just like a different metal that slows the current down, so to speak. So there's no moving parts that's the wrong word. There's no moving parts in any of this.
Fair enough.
There's nothing in there that an EMP should destroy. Now I'd have to go look that up to verify, but I think resistors will be fine.
But you can make your own EMP box for your smaller stuff.
Yes.
So look into it. I mean, and more of a fun project. And if you got kids, build it with your kids. Kind of tell them what it's about, what you're doing.
So yeah, you can make a box where a Faraday cage is essentially just a metal wire box.
Oh, is that what it is?
And it's so what happens is when the EMP comes, the electromagnetic wave, it's kind of like shooting light at a window versus an opaque panel, right? Okay. So the light can go through the window, but it can't go through the metal panel. And EMP is just light that's too small for us to see.
Okay. Oh.
So what the Faraday cage does is it acts like that that opaque panel to the electromagnetic wave. Okay. So it just can't get through. It's like a box. And they actually sell for phones and laptops, like they sell padded bags that have like silver. Now silver is the best material for a Faraday cage.
Oh, it is?
Yes. But it's expensive because it's silver.
Yeah.
So you get one for your phone, your laptop, that kind of stuff. But for your other, like if you want to build a big box, you could just use like copper wire or.
And does aluminum foil work?
Or aluminum will work. I don't think foil. Well, foil might work.
I mean, it's somewhat metal.
I mean, so what you can do is you can actually test this. So build your box, wrap it in foil, put the phone in, send yourself a text message. If you don't hear the sound, then the box works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because it'll block all sorts of radio waves and.
Oh, so it's gonna block everything then.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a nice little project we can work on and see if it works, and it might come in handy very, very.
Yeah, I have some for my phones and stuff, and they're pretty cool.
Oh, you do have some.
Yeah, but those are like the professionally made bags. Like these aren't homemade.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna need all that stuff in about 3 weeks. So. When the UN Army attacks us.
Oh my God!
A bunch of like homeless people running down this with them. What guns are they going to use? They use Russian guns, or they have to use our guns because they're buying them when they get here. No, we literally have like a whole fucking army of what do they call them? The big group of people. Yeah. They call them. There's a whole bunch of people walk. They're trying to get in before Trump gets elected.
Oh my God!
Because they know Trump's going to shut it down, and then we're going to round you all up and kick you out. There was a poll done. 60% of Americans want them deported. Want them deported.
Yeah, until they get the fucking bill.
Well, what about the bill we're paying for their hotel rooms, their food, their
we should stop doing. I mean, they don't like that bill either. Like they're complaining about that bill.
Okay, all silliness aside, BLM, Black Lives Matter, they would only pop up around election time.
Yeah,
because that was the Democrats' useful tool to do this. If the immigrants are not a foreign military, they are the useful tool for the Democrat Party. And after election, they're going to be cut the fuck off. Tell me, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be kicking them out of hotels.
Yeah,
like New York right now is trying to get contracts with the government to house these people for an extended period of time. Yeah. Because I think they know, too, as soon as the election's over, they're like, yeah, we don't need them anymore. Kick them out.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so we're going to deal with them one way or another. I mean, so yeah, and I am for kicking them out. I mean, you're more of an open borders guy.
Well, so I don't want to kick anybody out because you're wasting more money to chase after. But no, listen. I just want to turn off all the welfare. Just turn it off. And then they're just going to walk right out of here. Like, well, I'm an asshole. I don't want to get a job. I don't want to work. I'm going back.
But they're already robbing people, breaking into houses.
So then, not just turn off welfare, but get rid of cops who are preventing us from defending ourselves. Problem fixes itself, people.
Okay, so you want to shoot them. So everybody, first thing you got to buy is a shovel. You got to hide the body.
Just shoot the ones that are robbing you. Not all of them.
I mean, there'll be more than one.
Of course.
Because there's like 40 million of them here.
Okay, sure. There's a lot of Americans that rob people, too. Shoot them motherfuckers.
True, but they're here legally. Still shoot them.
See, I don't give a fuck if I have government permission to be in a place. Right? Fuck you. I'm either peaceful or I'm not. That's what matters to me.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where that is where I kind of stumble with open borders. You can't change the makeup of this country unless you bring a lot of people in. Yeah, that's why I don't want a lot of people brought in, because if they can start voting, and they're going to be voting in November, of course, because apparently we're giving them ballots.
Well, I mean that's the thing. If they don't have incentives to come, if the only incentives to come here are freedom and opportunity, then all the good people will come here and all the bad people will stay out there. It's that fucking simple.
But they can't work when they get here.
Why not?
They don't have the paperwork to do it.
Who gives a fuck about paperwork? I don't need government permission to work.
Yes, you do. In this country,
bullshit.
You do.
That's the whole thing. It's bullshit.
Well, okay.
Get rid of it all.
So you can work illegally in this country.
Get rid of it all.
And technically,
I don't need your fucking permission to do any fucking thing. Leave me alone. Leave everybody alone.
You don't need permission, but you need money to buy goods and services.
Right, so leave me alone.
And if you can't work,
so leave people alone. Let them work. What the fuck?
40 fucking million people just.
Yes, 40 million people working will make us all rich.
We're not getting the money.
Yes, we will.
So actually, you profit more from an illegal alien working than you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. Because stop. No. So I will get the goods that they make cheaper. That's correct. But
that's not where I'm going with this. But go ahead.
But if they were allowed to work as whatever they want, they would produce higher quality goods.
You say. They would. It's not like they choose.
Look, when my ancestors came here, and yours are probably earlier than mine. My ancestors all came here in the late 1800s or early 1900s.
Okay.
From Italy, Ireland, and they were called the N-word. They were called all these things, and you're ruining American society and all this bullshit, right? But they could just come here and work, right? They can do whatever the fuck they wanted, make your own life, no welfare, do what you got to do. Yeah. And hey, guess what? Italians and Irish. They're all normal white people now, right?
No, they're Irish slaves.
They were. Oh, but you're changing the subject.
Well, no,
but Irish and Italians integrated into society.
Yeah. Well,
with maintaining some of their own cultural, right? Because we do still have Irish and Italian traditions here.
True.
But they're all American, right?
Right.
Nobody says, "Oh, you're not American because you're Italian." Nobody says that.
Right.
And all the Italians that are here are great people. Well, not all of them, but in general.
Right.
But now if you look at Italians that stayed home in Italy, they're all fucking lazy, right? And because they stayed home.
Just as he could be wrong.
Because they didn't want to come here and make a good life for themselves and have opportunity.
Well, they had a good life in Italy, though.
No, they didn't. Italy sucked. That's why people were leaving. These were lazy people, right? The lazy people stay home. The people that want to work come to America.
So, no, what I'm going after is an illegal working. This country benefits more from them than they do us working.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, they don't.
Ask me how.
No, we don't. I don't care how. You're wrong.
Oh, I am.
Yes.
So when an illegal gets a job, how do they fill out the paperwork?
There is no paperwork.
No, there is. The illegals will come in with Social Security cards.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, if they...
Yeah, they do. Because I know people that used to run shops where they worked, and they all of a sudden, Jose or whomever, would not show up the next day.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks later, he'd show up again with a new ID, and he's Bob now. So they do, and they have to use fake IDs.
Okay.
So they need a Social Security number to work, because
Yeah, but not everybody checks. That's what I was thinking. Not everybody even cares.
But no,
yes, for the places that
do. For the company that wants to have legal employees... Yes. They have to produce Social Security numbers, so they get the tax benefit of paying these people.
Right.
So these people are working with a fake Social Security number.
Okay.
And they're every 2 weeks or every week or whatever they get paid, tax dollars go to the IRS.
Okay.
That money can never be collected.
What do you mean?
It's not like you're going to file a false tax return.
Okay, so what?
So the government keeps that money that they made, where a lot of other people...
That doesn't help us.
No, well, it helps the country.
No, it doesn't.
The royal we.
No, it helps them send bombs to fucking Ukraine. Like, that doesn't help us at all. That's worse.
Okay. Or it helps pay off the $6 million that Ukraine guys had.
Leave these fucking people alone. Let them work.
So typically, illegal aliens will not get their tax returns back because the lower wage people get their money, a lot of their money back. And then they also typically buy stuff like they'll smoke more, they'll drink more, and they can pay taxes on that too. So they're actually better for our economy.
No, that's not how the economy grows. No, it's not. That's how. That's ruining our economy. That's making us worse.
Give more money to the government, and that's what makes it worse. Well,
if they could just come here and work whatever fucking job they were qualified for, they'd be making products that you and I can use.
Do you know
and there'd be no fucking taxes. All that money would be flowing amongst us, not the government.
But you also know there's still farms in America that will hire illegals and they'll pay them in farm dollars.
Okay,
that be spent
good for them. I don't care.
Store.
I don't. Yeah,
well, you don't think that's a form of slavery though?
No. You can walk away at any time.
Okay. But you can't because you can't go.
Of course you can't. You walk there, you can walk back.
Take a couple bottles of water and start walking.
The fuck, man?
All right, whatever.
Just get rid of all these dumbass fucking laws. Get rid of welfare. Get rid of these dumb fucking laws. Get rid of the government. Let them work. Anyone who wants to come here and work.
As much as I agree with you on some things, that can never happen.
Yes, it can.
We don't make changes like that in this country.
That we used to be that. That was America. So go back. All we have to do is go back. Get rid of all this bullshit.
So start getting politicians to run for under that, and I'll vote for them.
I am running. I'm fucking running.
So am I, but let's get people that can actually win. So we can affect change.
Because the other thing is, like, I don't believe we're going to affect change by voting in the right guy. Right? It's not going to happen.
No, the right people. It's
never going to happen. No, you can't defeat the system from within the system. So the answer is to just start hiring these people more under the table. Find other ways to pay them that don't involve dollars. Social security cards. Monero's a good option. Silver. Fucking be creative, and don't break any laws. This is all hypothetical. Don't break any laws, people.
Actually, hiring the illegal alien is breaking the law.
That's what I'm saying. Don't break any laws.
That is breaking the law.
But this is all hypothetical. Okay, this is not advice. It's a hypothetical situation. Don't actually do it, okay? But go do it, okay? So, it's just fucking retarded. Get rid of the government.
Well, mostly.
No, all of it.
Nope.
All of it.
Dude, you'll be walking around Vegas with all your pockets hanging out.
No, I won't.
You know what that means?
I don't care. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
In prison, the bitches pull their pocket out so they're identified as they're owned by somebody else already. Wrong. Just pull your pocket out now.
Get rid of the government. End of story. End of story. End of episode. End of story.
It drives me crazy. You think people are that good? There's no criminals.
Yes! It doesn't matter. The criminals will be fucking shot.
Oh, we'll see. All right, we'll find out as this country goes into crash. Well, actually, Canada should crash before us, so we can see what they.
But they're a bunch of fucking pussies. They gave up their guns.
We'll see what they're about.
They gave up their guns.
So sorry they are. But I mean, I know that's the bigger problem. Don't give up your guns. But no, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I think we need some rule of law and some simple.
Yes, made by us. Not the government, not the fucking king. Not Joe fucking Biden, not Donald Trump.
If you got 10 people in a room, especially libertarians, and go, let's make 10 new laws.
That's not how it works.
They would be fucking insane laws.
That's not how it works. You're trying to replicate the government.
I want to ban stoplights.
Dude, you're not listening. We don't replicate the fucking government. That's the whole wrong way of going about it.
Right, so get rid of stoplights.
Oh my God, you just don't get it. We're not trying to redo what the government is.
We're undoing what they did.
Yes.
Stoplights suck.
People solve problems amongst themselves.
Right.
Without violence.
Right. Get rid of stoplights.
Again, you don't.
Stop signs, yield signs.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Let's straighten the roundabouts out.
You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're going off on this weird tangent.
We're not gonna have this argument. You just have this Pollyanna view of everyone's great.
It has nothing to do with anything. You're making this fucking up because you can't deal with my actual arguments.
Because it's not a physical argument.
Yes, it is.
It can never be proven.
Yes, it can. We're doing it right now in this fucking room.
No. Okay, that's fine.
We don't, before every episode, we don't say, okay, Dave, here's my rules. And then I say, okay, Ron, here's my rules. We don't do that.
We could go into 4 or 5 hour debates on this. We're not doing it here. Although entertaining to most.
Come to the Libertarian meetup and we'll go into it there.
There you go. Show up and stay past midnight and fucking all hell breaks loose. And they're wrong, but they just don't realize they're wrong.
He's wrong.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. And
see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app, and even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening, and see you next time.